Well. Look what we have here. Look who finally came into my bedroom. He's finally here to meet his punishment.
What?
The punishment you've been waiting for your whole life.
Like the Punisher? You're the Punisher now?
That's not the kind of Punisher I'm talking about, Miles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Look at me, Miles.
Are
you looking at me?
I'm trying to.
Are you looking at me?
I'm trying to, man.
Why are you trying? Just look at me.
You scare me already.
I know. But this is something you have to hear, okay?
What do I hear?
Come closer to the mic. Here, bring your chair closer.
I'm trying, man.
No, dude.
I'm like in a little space right here. I can't really go up.
Okay. Miles.
Yes.
Do you know what this is?
I think this is a podcast of some sort. From my deduction.
It's a podcast with me and with you.
Oh.
It's an intimate setting, Miles.
See
the bed right to my right?
Okay.
Okay. We can actually move our mics into the bed if you'd like. Would you like that?
I don't know what your suggestion.
Would you like that?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Screw it.
Miles.
Yes.
Welcome to this podcast. It's Ignore This Podcast, Chapter 6, subtitle To Be Determined Later. I have a couple ideas for you.
Okay.
Miles, you are an old friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you for a very long time.
Very much.
You've been following this channel's history for a bit.
Oh, yes.
We got in contact, reacquainted.
Yes.
Through you messaging in a live stream I did last year.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember this?
Yes, I do. I do remember this very fondly. I just remember because there's I was really hoping that you would come in contact because I just typed in and I think Angel talked it out. It's like, hey, it's me, Miles. Like, I said, oh, Miles, just my Instagram doesn't work. Just just do it through here or do Facebook. I'm like, okay, they do it through Facebook, and then I got your number, your new number, and and that's about it. I think it was during, I believe,
2021.
It was during the pandemic. It was during the pandemic's still going on.
The hot area of the pandemic.
Yes, the kind of start of it.
Yes.
And I think I was in junior year of college.
Uh-huh.
By that time. And
before we get into where you are now, I want to introduce the people to you because I've known you forever. I've known who you are and what you're about and everything, but your name is Miles. You're a friend of mine and everything. Mm-hmm. How do we know each other?
We've known each other since actually elementary.
Yeah?
It's been a while. I believe, I don't remember what grade it was, but I remember we had a thing at our school called Reading Buddies. Mm-hmm. And during that time, the older grades would read to the younger grades. Mm-hmm. Practice the reading level of the older people, of the older children, and then help with the reading of the younger children. And you were designated my reading buddy. Mm-hmm. And I do remember that. You read to me. I don't remember what books, but I just remember you reading to me. We got out of contact.
Yeah.
We met back in high school.
Yeah, around that
we met
time.
in high school. We were, in drama class together, and then you went off to college, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went off to, I couldn't contact you anymore, and then I went off to college. Then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And then I saw you, on the, with the Go Movie podcast and how well it was doing, and it's like I want to get back in contact with you, and how it's been. Has it been over 2 years since we?
Yeah, it's been. I think it might be since we got back in contact. Really, I think it might be over a year at this point, because I think it was during one of those watch parties we were doing that you messaged in the live chat and everything.
Yes.
And yeah, we were trying to get in contact because we wanted to jam with each other.
Yes,
for some music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing music all your life, just like I have and everything. So you were kind of trying to put together kind of like an all-stars, as it were.
An all-stars?
To play some music and everything.
Yeah.
Because you are, and I will say, you are an accomplished bassist yourself. You know, your brother, Max, is a drummer.
Yes.
Even though he's not as passionate about drums.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you this about my brother. You know, if he gave in everything, he would be fantastic.
Yeah.
He's good at keeping a beat, and even with swinging those beats, you know, was it just, just a swinging beat on the drum he does really good. It's just that, you know, he's not that as passionate. We still force him. I mean, we already have the drum set at home, and like, we still get him to do it, and he still, you know, doesn't do the rolls or everything, but still keeps it steady, keeps it at the right tempo, and we're happy about that at least.
Max already has all the ladies swooning at him. The drums would only help acquire more of that type of attention,
very much,
right?
very much.
I mean, you know, Miles.
Yes,
you know.
I know.
Come on, you're a musician, man. You know.
I mean,
As
I mean, there was
coconut water.
Yeah,
please.
There's only one time that I really remember ever. Well, like, and specifically my bass skills. What
happened?
It was first. Oh, it was like my first time. It was like, and this is let you know, this is let you know, it was before. This was definitely before Crystal and everything like that.
Well, we'll get to all that. Don't worry.
But there was the time when I think I was 16 years old. I was in junior year of high school, and I was in a bit of a band at our local music conservatory. Yeah, as you know, you've been there before, and I've
been in a band over there.
Yeah, you've been in a band over there. And we were able to play on a side stage at the 11th Pavilion, right in Pasadena. Yeah. And I remember, you know, we go up there, we do our thing, and there was I remember, there was a sorry, it's just
I'm just laughing because your lip is curling up.
Yeah, it's like
because it's almost like you're being transported back.
Yeah,
to that
I'm getting back into the like, oh man, like that happened.
There she is.
There she was. But I remember she came up to me, and she worked there actually
at the Levitt Pavilion.
At the Levitt, I think it was one of her last days or something like that. And I remember she took me to the side, and it's like, oh, you know, you were really good. You're really good at this. You know, can I get your number or like Facebook or something? I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know. You know, I'll do it. Gave her the Facebook and the number and everything like that. We talked a little bit, and then the following week we actually got like, hey, let's hang out, I guess. And we actually met back at the Levitt Pavilion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where it all started.
And I didn't, be honest, I did not know what to expect. I literally did not know what to expect. I thought it was like, okay, you know, I don't know what's going to go, but, you know, I'll just go with it. You know, we had a good time. It was pretty much a date. Actually the first date I ever been on. And we end up going back to the Levitt Pavilion. It got dark. Do you know the Mardi Gras band in Disneyland?
Yeah,
you know how
New Orleans
kind of area. Yeah, no, they were playing that kind of music.
Oh, really?
They were playing that kind of musical.
That's perfect.
It's like we sat on the grass. And I remember, there are certain things that people say. It's like that like gives you kind of a hint. Like,
sure, yeah.
She said, "Oh, I'm feeling a little bit cold."
A little cold.
Yeah, I knew that was because she was kind of looking at me too. It was like
you're feeling the pressure at this moment. Your
a little
bit.
And
elevating.
I knew exactly. I knew
sweating as the Saints go marching in plays in the background.
Yeah. And I knew exactly what she meant. So I put my arm around her. I remember. I think she said I was cute, and then she said I was cute. Then I said she was cute, and that was like actually my first kiss.
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah, that was
the power of the bass.
I was surprised, like, oh man, this is what music.
Did one of the trumpet players in the background like go on the high note at that point, like when that shit happened?
I have no recollection. I was just more, I was more like in almost shock, and I was very pleased and in shock that this was happening.
Yeah. You got the runner's high.
Oh yeah, no, I like when I got home, I was like singing to myself, like, I believe in you, man.
I believe in you. And when the saints go marching, that's you.
Yeah, it's like I was just very happy because like, oh man, this never happened to me before, and like, all right, keeps it going, and that was a good. It didn't end up going anywhere, but
right.
I was definitely experienced that. That was so cool, and it's like I never knew that was gonna happen, due to just being like just rocking it up on stage, and just like making sure like I am playing the right notes and everything.
Well, a lot of guys go into music for situations like that to happen, because it can help, kind of open the doorway. That wasn't your main focus when it came to music, because you were playing since you were a kid. So you're just going up there for the love of the music.
Yeah, no, that's
you still go up there for that.
Oh yeah, of course. There's no desire to like. I'm here to play a good gig. Mm-hmm. I'm here to have fun and just play a good music sesh and everything like that. So I'm not trying to focus on the women. I'm trying to or
especially now. Yeah, since you're hitched, you're good.
I'm hitched. It makes me sound. I have a girlfriend, yes. And you're making it sound like we're married. It's like, oh
no, yeah, I mean,
I'm not thinking of. I think we're both not thinking about that right now.
I'm just gonna say, and someone's thinking about it. It's me, because whenever I bring it up, Crystal, your girlfriend,
yes,
will laugh, and you will kind of do that lip curl thing you were just doing right now. So, actually, both of you are thinking about it right now at this point. Because of those reactions, I can already tell you that. And I'm excited for when it happens. I hope one of your kids that you eventually have... put your hands down.
No, calm
down.
Hands down. Again, I'm a young 22-year-old who finally is starting, to get a real solid job, and I do not want to think about that right now.
Can I just tell you something, please? Can I please just tell you something?
Go for it.
Okay. So when you have kids, all right. With Crystal in particular, just save one of them for me, okay? Meaning, name one of them after me. Okay?
Oh,
what? Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like The Witcher, like,
no.
Like The Witcher's like give me something that you don't expect, but that you want, but you don't expect to happen. No. And I'm like, I thought it was gonna be like that. I'm like, what the, huh?
Yeah, no. Just look, I just want. Some people want to call shotgun for the car. I just want
the name.
One of the names.
What happens?
Can you promise me that?
Well, what happens if it's a girl? Can we? Would we name it like Julissa or something like that?
Juliet, probably.
Yeah.
Juliet.
Would you be fond of that instead of just?
I would allow that.
Okay, because I don't.
You can't control that part.
First of all, I can't control what. Like, again, this is like, I don't want to think about it. It's like, but this is
it's soon. Don't worry, Miles. Don't worry about it. That's why I'm getting in right now.
Oh my god.
I'm getting the investment in right now. Right.
You gotta talk to Crystal.
Well, she'll probably agree with me. Miles, we've gone out drinking together and everything. You know that is more than a yes right there.
What?
would you disagree that if I came up to her and I said, "Hey, everything I just told you right now," do you picture her saying no?
I mean,
about Juliet or Julius II?
Julius II.
Yeah.
Julius II.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I just want one of your kids to be named after me. Is that too much to ask?
Again, I cannot speak for her. I am gonna let her decide if we ever, get kids. And
Miles, if she listens to this, which she probably will because you're on it.
Oh my god.
she'll probably say yes. Let's name one of our children after Julius, the guy who got us together. Sorry, Lynn.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Don't throw Lynn under the bus here. She's the one who was friends with Crystal.
Yeah, but I was friends with you, so
Well, can't you say that both of you?
Yeah,
Was it a combination?
I mean, look, there's always teamwork, but I'm definitely the Stan Lee of this situation. Lynn could be maybe the Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko or one of the guys who didn't get as much credit as Stan Lee. But I'm definitely the Stan Lee.
Oh my god. Oh god. Lynn,
save me.
I am blessing this man right now. I'm trying to protect him, but I know that's not going to be enough.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, you bring up an interesting point. And this isn't meant to freak you out or anything.
Okay.
It's about the future, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 30 or maybe 20 years down the line.
Ooh,
and you have children that are maybe 5 or 7 or whatever, right? Do you plan on christening them or anything, baptizing them? Do you plan on any of that? Have you thought about it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would want them to pick their own kind of way to religion, if anything. I know that, from generational, in terms of the generations of my family, they've been Catholic.
Yeah.
Well, like Catholic people, and that's why you get the baptism, and you got the, the rosaries and everything like that. And I was baptized, and
at a young age.
I was baptized as a baby.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
And I did Holy Communion too. So and again, not my choice, but I think it was just to make my grandmother happy.
Right.
But I would need to talk to. I would need to discuss that. I'm not the biggest into religion. I'm in like an agnostic. I'm in kind of the middle of things. Like I there may be something out there, but I don't know. I'm hoping.
You're hoping.
I'm hoping, but I don't know. I don't really know. So I'm like an agnostic about that, and I do hope. I do hope that there is a God out there. I'll never know until like I'm gone. So
sure.
So I'll have to wait till then. Hopefully not for a very long. Not. Hopefully it's far
yeah.
down the line,
Well, the reason I ask you that isn't to make you uncomfortable.
No, that's fine.
The reason I ask you is because you've accomplished something really big as of recent, and you've graduated from nursing school.
Yes.
Right. You're getting into the nursing profession. You've recently been approved as an RN.
Yes, I got my license.
Has that affected your views on anything like that in terms of spirituality, working heavily to understand the human body?
Spirituality is a big thing in nursing. You're dealing with other religions, you're dealing with, other people who have these beliefs that they want to be part of their care. Yeah. Some people, I think it was I believe the Jewish religion that they don't eat pork. I think it was that. Yeah. And then you have to put that in part of their care. Don't give them any pork. Kosher diets and everything like that. Depending on, what's recommended by the doctor. But spirituality is a big thing because you're not only treating them physically, you're treating them mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And you got to make sure that once their physical stuff is supplied and they're sufficiently hydrated, they're properly fed and everything like that, you got to you got to focus on that emotion, you got to focus on that spirit, because that's what's going to help them push. This mental state is going to help them push through to heal, to do the recovery and to get them out of the hospital. If you don't have that kind of mentality to keep going, then it's just gonna take a lot longer. Or for some people, you know, it's gonna be their downfall.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, you went into college for nursing.
Yes.
You know, you went in to understand, you know, how you can help people primarily, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So how is that affected by the pandemic? Because the pandemic started what year in college were you? Were you junior?
Yes, I believe it was either sophomore or junior. Actually, wait. No, I think it was sophomore year because I remember going to a different dorm at that time.
Okay, so that's right. I think I remember.
Oh yeah, sophomore year because I think it was second semester because first semester was a whole other different problem. I had I don't know if you remember, but there was a Getty fire.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, there was a fire up there and it was near my college.
Yeah.
Over in the Mount St. Mary's, and you know, we were displaced from the dorm, and I had to. I said screw it because they were offering to go to for us to stay at a hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let me do it. But yeah, I was thinking to myself let me do that just to get to have some fun and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So that was a whole thing. That was whole rest of the semester of the first semester after the Getty fire. Going to second semester, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're back.
Yeah.
Back at it. Then COVID started hitting.
Mm-hmm.
After I just remember COVID hitting after Christmas or after New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And I know my professors were talking about it. It was like February almost. It was like at the start of the peak. You know, they've been talking about it. You know, you've been hearing about that, you know, pandemic. It's like, oh, it sounds scary and everything like that. It's like, I was like, oh man, if my professors are they're nurses already. If they're already talking about it, then what's going to happen?
What were they saying? Were they being alarmist?
They're nurses. They're pretty rational about it. They're hoping that nothing happened.
Yeah.
But just a couple weeks later, they said no. We got no one's coming in. Yeah, we couldn't do our clinical sites after that. We had to do online learning for a little bit, for a good bit of that semester. And then in junior year, we started to slowly kind of come back into it because we need actual experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm curious if there's at any point when you were dealing with the pandemic on top of learning the nursing, not agenda, the nursing experience, you're learning about it. Is there a moment where you're either discouraged from becoming a nurse, pursuing it, or do you feel like I need to now?
There have been times in nursing school. Yes, there's been some hard professors. I remember one time crying because she was just like, it was not like she was angry at me. She was like disappointed, and sometimes that's the worst.
Yeah.
I also know that that some of the nurses are not happy. They're a lot burnt out. They're really burnt out, and because of the amount of people, and now with the influx of COVID that was so rampant, people are not happy. They're not. Nurses don't get paid sometimes a good amount to do this job because they're taking up a lot of things. Mm-hmm. It's not the doctor who teaches everything. It's nurses too. I mean, they teach how to use insulin. They teach how kind of like what sodium food, foods that are high in sodium. We teach them a lot, and certain things like procedure wise, the doctor does.
Right.
They do the procedure. They talk about the procedure, risk factors, whatever. But we have to talk about the general stuff. This is how you're going to be taking your medication. This is when you're going to be taking your medication. Mm-hmm. This is how much you're going to be taking. If you experience these symptoms, please come back. These symptoms are fine. We teach them a lot. And so, it's all like thinking about going back to what you were saying, there's been some discouraging factors sometimes. People don't appreciate sometimes what a nurse does, and don't understand how much a nurse works to keep that patient going, and keep that patient from getting hurt or causing more serious harm. And sometimes that hurts, and sometimes we're not as appreciated. But in the end, at least for me, I know at least I'm helping that patient, and that's what really matters. And that's I want to keep them going during this tough time, and making sure that they're getting not just physically but mentally healed.
Yeah, well, you've done a lot of shadowing, which is a requirement for this field,
Oh, yes.
right? It's a required.
I've shadowed, and I've done I've given oral medication. I've done IVs before. I've done like bed care. Basically, I've been like at the bedside doing my stuff. So I mean, over the 3 years I've been doing this, during nursing school, I've have a little bit of experience.
How intense does it feel so far? Like, how intense has it gotten for you?
Well, I know it's gonna get more intense when I start the job, man. Yeah. When I start my, they're, thankfully it's a RN program, so they're not like gonna, because I don't know if you know this, but our nurses eat their young, in terms of that.
Nurses eat their young.
Yeah, nurses eat their young. It's basically saying that they kind of haze us.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
How do they do that?
Give us the bad jobs. They give us the toughest patients,
Oh.
and they give us like you got to figure this out on yourself, on your own. I'm not saying that about every hospital, but I know some hospitals do that. Thankfully, with the program I'm going into, they I know I'm gonna have a tough time. Don't I'm not getting that twisted at all. I'm gonna have a tough time, but it's not like they're gonna be throwing me into the deep end without any information. The RN program, they'll guide me over the time and like, okay, this is what you do, and that's exactly what I need.
Yeah.
I don't want to be thrown in and then be scared of what to do and what not to do, just because I never got a chance to do it during nursing school. So
yeah, well, you did a lot of shadowing in Skid Row, in downtown Los Angeles.
Man,
that's where a lot of, I mean, isn't
I did I did some work in Skid Row, and man, there's some characters. There's some good people out there, but there were some characters, and yeah, that was.
What's the craziest thing that happened? Because I remember you told me some stuff.
Oh yeah.
But is there anything crazier than what you've told me?
Anything crazier? I think I mean, I think you already know this, but
well, tell us what happened.
A guy tried to blow up the freaking building.
The hospital.
It's not. It was like a. It's not. It's not
urgent care.
It's not urgent care or a hospital. It was kind of like a. It's like a not a home health. It was like a. It was just a medical facility. Okay. It's like it's like community health. Okay. It's a community health place, and I'm not gonna give the name.
Yeah, that's...
But I remember I was working on Skid Row, and I was just. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to lunch. This is like my second to last day working there. And I go up to lunch, and actually one of my colleagues who was there too, and we were there sitting at lunch, had my own freaking moldy ass sandwich right there, just trying to get through the day. I hear, and the nurses had walkie-talkies on them, just to call them up. It's like, oh, we're here. Can you please get this? Can you please get that? Easy, response. One of the nurses are there having lunch right now.
Yeah.
And I remember the nurse calling on the microphone. It's like code gray. And that's what like a combative person, or like, with a weapon, I believe. Code gray is like combative person. I think code silver is with a weapon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's so many different ones. But and then it started to get worse and worse. You heard on that walkie-talkie, it got worse and worse. It was like, hurry, get someone in here! Get someone in here! And I was like, oh crap, what's going on? I was like, and then they said something that I didn't know what it was, and they said code green. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. I was like, what the hell is code green? I don't know I didn't know the facilities like code. Like the general codes of the facility. So, and it's all different. So I was like, what's code green? And then the nurse kind of got up and said, everyone, down the stairs, down the stairs. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Everybody, leave your stuff right here. Go down the stairs. Go. I'm like, oh crap, what's going on? We run down the stairs. Me and a colleague go down the stairs. Freaking exit out the side door. And freaking SUVs of police officers screeching down the street, coming in. They're all ready to. They already got their they got their shotguns and everything like that, ready to
the riot gear on.
Not like riot
SWAT teams or full got 5
go
stars.
Go. No.
The Hulk, the Avengers showed up.
No. It was not like that, but they got like a bunch of SUV squad cars out there, and I was like, oh crap, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they're like, they did head count and everything like that. I find out later, it was scary, and we were all like, what the hell happened? We got actually to go home early after that, because I was like, we don't know what happened, but okay. I got to find out a little later once they had the meeting. It was that
this was a meeting with all staff.
Everyone, even us, because they needed to talk to us about it was kind of traumatic.
Yeah.
They talked to us and they said there was a patient in there who had a lot of mental health problems, and the guy was getting erratic and everything like that. And what the guy tried to do was that we had an oxygen tank in the room. And he was trying to turn it on, and he actually had a lighter with him, and he tried to,
oh my God.
He tried to, oxygen's very flammable, and if he got that lighter and there was enough oxygen in the room, that thing could explode and destroy the room and hurt a lot of people, including him.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, oh man, it was like all crazy and stuff. Thankfully, no one got hurt. None of the nursing staff got hurt.
The guy didn't get hurt.
And the patient didn't get hurt either. I was very happy about that.
How was he stopped? Was he stopped by police or by someone?
Well, he was like crowded. He was like, he didn't lock himself in the room, but he like barred the doors or something.
Barred the doors, damn.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but he was trying to do it. I think. I don't know if they calmed him down. Well, I think they calmed him down enough.
Oh, okay. They just, God, that's lucky, man. You literally need like a negotiator at that point,
Well, you can't really negotiate when they're going through.
I guess
like kind of like a psychosis like that.
I guess
or but if you are able to calm them down and it's like, hey, we're fine. You're here at the hospital. You're here at the community health hospital. You're fine. Just stay calm. We'll get you through this. Just please put down the lighter. I remember coming back for the last day of that day, and
this was the thing with the hospital and the oxygen tank. That was your second to last day.
Second to last day.
Okay.
And it was. I remember everyone was kind of on edge. Everyone was a bit on edge, and everybody was not feeling the best.
Yeah.
It was kind of a dark that day. And I remember there was a patient who was getting a little rowdy, and everybody was kind of on edge again. I'm like, oh no, not again, But it ended up not being anything.
Thank God. What happened to the patient? Was he kept there? Was he arrested?
I think he was arrested. I believe. Well, he has to be arrested, or at least put in like somewhere. But I don't know what happened to him. I at least I know he didn't get shot. You know,
Yeah.
that would be even more horrific.
Yeah.
Like, there's blood spilt, like, in this place. You know, that would bring down a lot of morale in that place.
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember the last day we usually do this as nursing students, and, like, we get, like, a bunch of donuts. We get a bunch of donuts for the staff and for everybody who's helped. I remember getting 2 boxes, like, Winchell's donuts, like, just to help them out. Just to make their day a little bit brighter. It's like, hey, thank you for all your help. I'm sorry that this happened, but you guys are great, and you know, thank you for having me. You know, I'll tell you this, like, I think everybody needed that, because the donuts, once I come back for lunch, like, I go in the morning around 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And by 12, all the donuts are gone.
Yeah, of course.
There's nothing.
Everyone's stress eating after nearly getting assassinated.
Nearly getting blown up into 1,000 pieces.
That's
or with
Joker
shrapnel.
shit.
Well, Joker has a little bit more...
a bit more finesse.
A little bit more finesse. This guy was just like stressed out or something, and like it said, I gotta blow up this. I gotta use this.
Do you ever get? Do you ever get, like? How often are you reminded of that instance? You know, when it comes to nursing.
Not as much.
Not
I
too
mean,
much?
it didn't directly happen to me.
Right.
I just heard it over the radio. I
Yeah.
almost just like, what happened? But I know for those nurses, it may be a little bit more traumatic.
Yeah.
Because they were probably like, I feel sorry for the nurse who had to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were
probably had to work with him after.
Well, I don't know.
Well, were there? I'm sure there would be, like.
Well, the thing
like,
is, the community
doctors, psychiatrists, or something. People.
Well,
I would hope so. At least.
I hope that he gets the help that he. I hope that he's still alive and getting help.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly, because with community health, people can come in whenever. You know, we suggest that they come in a lot. You know, just for health and maintenance reasons. But, you know, we can't control that.
Yeah.
You know, we can always suggest and recommend that they come in and do this and do that. But it's them who decides if they want to come in or not.
Can people come in? Because there are some instances, very specific instances, where people can come into a hospital, and if they need a bed, for instance, you know, they can come in, claim a bed for specific reasons, or no matter what they are. And is that kind of what the like places like that are for, or they like, what are they specifically for?
Community health is just, well, as it's in the name, community.
Right. Yeah.
It's to help everybody.
It's just everyone.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
And like poor,
Mm-hmm.
disenfranchised people,
Homeless people.
Homeless people.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, people don't have insurance. Some
Yeah,
people don't have
right.
insurance, or some people don't have the ability to claim insurance, like Medi-Cal, Medicaid, because they don't have access to resources. But they can come in for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good thing. Community health, you know, I respect it a lot, because think about it. You're not just, you know, if you treat one person, you treat a lot of people too. If one person has, say, tuberculosis, it's one of the most airborne, like, diseases out there.
Yeah.
If you treat someone who has tuberculosis, you're treating basically everybody else, because you're not spreading it. You're preventing them from, you know, spreading it to other people, and you're saving a life too. You're saving other people's lives from getting that kind of disease. You know, again, the idea of community health is like, if you help one person, you're helping everybody. It's just a better standard of living for everybody else. You know, not as many people getting sick, not as many people spreading stuff. And, you know, it's just better in the community, just better health in the community. So,
is there a reason why a lot of hospitals don't operate on that same type of level? I mean, it's a billion-dollar industry, of course.
Well, yeah, and, you know, community health doesn't do, like, major surgeries.
Okay.
You know, they don't have the profit to pay for, like, a like maybe they can refer it, but they don't have the ability to do a CT scan. They do a electronic, a view of the body or anything like that. They don't have all the supplies. They're not able to give blood in a certain situation. They're not able to do certain things. And so that's when you would go to a hospital, and you would need that. You would need, a hospital will give you, a bed, and they would monitor you. Community health is like, you're here for an appointment, or you're here, like, out of nowhere, and we're here to help you, stay with your activities of daily living, but we can't really do too much in terms of like procedures or giving you like a lot of different medications. We can help you find resources and help you figure out what to do and what to go to, and maybe even give you housing too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the one that I was going to, they had some good housing on the 3rd floor, so I was like, cool.
Yeah.
We can maybe give you a referral for housing, but we can't, in an emergency, you would want a hospital for that. If someone's like heavily perfusing, we can do something to like maybe stop it, but we would need to send them to a hospital quick.
Well, since you're getting it into nursing, as the career, as the profession, is a community center like where you were the ideal spot for you, or do you want to be where more of the action is with like an actual hospital? Like, where would you want to ideally end up as a nurse?
Well, I think, as you know, I'm going to be working at a hospital. Right. Again, not for all you viewers out there. You're not going to see Nurse Miles out there unless you see a Nurse Miles. But I don't know yet. I'm currently kind of working on in cardio in a heart transplant place, and I'm just here to get my experience at first, and then from there, after my RN program is up after 2 years, it goes anywhere. I want to go back to school. I know I don't see myself at bedside the whole time.
Right.
I don't, even though that it's good, getting one-on-one care and, with the patient and everything like that. I don't see myself doing that the whole time, because I know, I might get really burnt out. Yeah. Doing 12-hour shifts, doing 3 days a week, doing night shifts specifically. That will drain me. That would drain me too much. And so I do see myself going into higher education, becoming like a nurse practitioner or something, and maybe find a program that I want to go into, and then just do like general 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
5 days a week. That type of stuff. And ultimately get with higher education means extra money, which is always nice.
Yeah.
But helping the community in that way, and like I can be able to prescribe medications by that time, and suggest more stuff, and instead of doing the kind of the grunt work for 2 years, for more than a year.
Yeah. Well, you brought up the being burnt out and everything, and I've seen that. Studying for the NCLEX as you were. Oh God.
I'm glad it's so over, man.
I could see
it. Man.
I could see it.
I was so, I think, and know this, I was like, my eyes were open. I'm like, I'm spitting out medical facts just to keep my studying going.
Let me tell the viewers, the listeners, a story about Miles and how hard this man works. So he's studying 11 hours a day for the NCLEX, which is the test that you take to, if you pass, you become a registered nurse.
Yes. And if you don't pass, you got to do it again.
Right. So Miles is studying like no one else I've ever known, honestly. 11 hours a day, tireless nights, tireless mornings, all day is tireless. And your fingers are bleeding at the keyboards. You're
my one index finger, after pressing down on so many questions, I see it kind of
You're like, I never knew bone was so white
Oh, God.
until I looked down. Like, this is the level of dedication we're talking about. And we go out for your girlfriend, Crystal's, birthday. And it's the first time she's, from what I understand, from what I know, she's ever celebrated her birthday. First time she's ever celebrated her birthday. So we go out for some dinner, and you're there somehow. And you are... Did you drive that night?
Did I drive that night?
I think you drove that night.
I think I drove that night, yes.
Which is crazy, because looking at how you were, you're just swaying back and forth, eyes almost glazed over and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was a miracle that you made it there in one piece.
I know. I was just tired, man. I've been...
Yeah.
Again, it was...
Someone should have picked you up, honestly. Someone should have come and got you.
And I was trying my best. You know, I was already stressed out as it was, because I knew the day was coming. I knew the day was coming very quickly, and you know, I wanted to be there for my girlfriend,
of course,
and everything, but it just didn't. I couldn't stop stressing. Yeah. I couldn't stop thinking about all this medical knowledge and all this stuff that I need. I'm trying to remember for the NCLEX. But mind you, that might not come up on the NCLEX because it's so random.
Yeah. You were in a true Peter Parker situation where you were trying to deal with the responsibilities of professional life versus personal life.
Yes.
You know, it was crazy to look at you, because you were nearly asleep. We're waiting for our food at this BJ's over in Glendale, and like you're honestly, like, to keep yourself awake, you're asking us, hey, did you know this about your lower intestine? Like, you're studying
I'm literally
in person with us.
I'm literally telling you facts so I can learn, man.
Yes.
It's funny because it's a good thing to know, but it's like other people, I mean, unless you're dealing with that stuff, you know, you might not need to know that, you know, all this stuff. I needed to keep first of all, I needed to keep myself awake. Second of all, I was too stressed out to, like, I need to see if I know this. I'm like, yes. And I did know this, but I just need to keep myself less stressed by talking about this stuff and confirming with myself, like, I do know my stuff. Like, I know my stuff out of everything.
Let me tell you something. We don't remember what you were telling us that night about whatever body part you were speaking of.
Yeah.
But we listened because we knew that we weren't the ones who were supposed to remember it. It was you who was supposed to remember it, who had to remember it. So when it comes to dealing with things that are complicated for anyone, including, you know, nurses, how do you remember this stuff?
It's not really like memorization. It's about understanding how the body works. It's about, you know, getting that general basis of the general knowledge of the heart or the body and how it works.
Yes.
And then thinking like, oh, you know, if for example, like fluid, if the heart's not pumping right, what's gonna happen? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna back up. It's gonna lead to heart failure. It's gonna lead to, like, fluid going back up to your, like, going to your legs, going to your jugular vein, which is like the vein on your neck. You're gonna be getting like a belly, like a lot of fluid in the belly. You know, you gotta get the basics of the human anatomy first, and then from there you understand, hey, you know, if this happens, this leads to that, and can lead to this. Yeah. And this is what the symptoms are. You know, you more have to understand, you know, you have to understand what's going to lead to. It's like, what problems I'm going to see after if this thing happens.
Yeah. So when you're thinking like that, does it inform how you look at just everything? Like, say, for example, you're watching, like, the Hulk in a movie, right? And you're a nurse, you understand the body and how it all works and everything, and you see this guy turn into this big green monster. You know, I think to myself when I'm seeing the Hulk, where does he get the muscle from? He has he's Bruce Banner, you know. Right. Bruce Banner
doesn't seem like he has a lot of protein in him.
No.
Just thinking
Where's the
about like
muscle come from?
where, because
Where's the mass?
because where's the mass?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a physics guy. It's like, doesn't mass cannot be created nor destroyed. I'm like, where the hell does he get this, man? Like, he might have a fast metabolism, but he has all that muscle and he's growing that fast.
Yeah.
How does he do it?
Would it have to be stored somewhere, all the muscle?
No, it's muscle.
Because I'm
can
picturing
be
like
wasted.
someone who's like really fat, and then he turns into Hulk, and then his fat turns into muscle.
Well, no. The fat has fat.
Right.
Muscle has protein.
Right.
Like, you need protein in order to create muscle. When you break, when you're doing dumbbells or anything like that, or working your legs, you're breaking down your muscle, but your body, when you have sufficient protein, at least, your muscle repairs itself. You get that lactic acid because of, there's so much harm going on there.
Yeah.
Then you drink water, and then you take protein, and then it heals and gets stronger as it goes. For the Hulk, he's going from human size to, like, I don't know how tall is the Hulk.
He's I think they went with like 9 feet. I mean,
A
they're somewhere
9-foot dude weighing freaking over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, of muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how can he either has a place in his body that stores a lot of protein, maybe, but in general knowledge, if someone got that big, that fast, with that much muscle, it would be not distributed.
No.
They would not be able to do that.
What would he look like? Would he just look like a...
I think he would die.
Just a bit... Would he explode, maybe?
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Because the thing about the Hulk is that you say you need the protein to be stored to create that muscle, right? So
Yeah.
so he grows, right?
Yeah.
Then he shrinks back down. Would he have to get more protein?
He would need a lot of protein, if
Yeah.
anything. Think about it, again, protein, muscle, and everything like
Yeah.
that. Well, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough on the body. Think about how much pain you would be and how many muscle fibers you're going to be destroying just by increasing the muscle mass that much.
Yeah.
That's too scary, man.
Yeah.
I would not want to be the Hulk, man. I'd be scared for my muscles. Like, if I'm like this tall and this heavy and everything, like with a bunch of muscles, I'd be scared going back into that state, and then I'm dead.
Yeah.
I can't move a muscle. My whole other muscles, like, not just the skeletal muscles, but the vascular muscles too. They probably have to grow in size too. And then they going back. Oh my God.
What about Captain America, where he goes through the change just one time?
I do not know. Again, you need a lot of protein for that too.
Well, he was like a skinny guy beforehand.
Oh yeah, you need again. It's repetitive motions of like working out.
Yeah.
Working out your muscles that makes you grow and grow.
Yeah.
And if there needs to be a source. There has to be a source, or else you're not going to be making any muscle. So, like, for Steve Rogers, I'm thinking, like...
Science,
unless they give him, like... And I don't think that would be plausible, like, again, like, giving him, like, a proteins in his veins or something like that, which is not, giving proteins to your veins, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Unless he got that, then he wouldn't be able to do it. His body would break.
Yeah.
His body, he wouldn't have, it would be insufficient for him, and he would die, probably.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Again, doesn't have enough protein to make the muscle. He has to, he can't do it.
No.
He literally can't do it without protein.
I'm thinking about the Hulk, right? And how big he is and everything. And, like, historically, really tall people live shorter lives and everything. Why is that? I've always wondered why that is.
I think it's because it's...
just the amount of energy it takes for them to
It takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot more power to pump the heart and to everywhere else.
Right.
They're tall. They have a lot of they
Like
have a lot
9
of
feet
blood.
per se, or is that that's happened?
A 9-foot man. I don't know what the Guinness World Record is.
Here, I'll look it up while you tell the people about the 9 feet people.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot more. Again, yeah, you're right. It takes a lot more energy. It takes a lot more pressure from the heart to pump that blood to the legs and to the arms, and it's tough on their body, and sometimes they can't do it. It's just they can't. Their heart gives out a little faster. Maybe if they work out a little bit, if they work out and stay healthy, eat right,
Yeah,
they can do it, and stay longer, and that's what we always hope. But if they're not taking care of themselves, their body's going to give out on them a lot faster.
Well, I just looked up who the tallest man in history was.
Who?
It was Robert Wadlow.
Wadlow.
Robert Pershing Wadlow, who was born in February 22nd, 1918, and died in 1940 on July 15th.
Yeah, that's like he was like in his 30s.
Yeah. He's known as the Alton Giant and the Giant of Illinois. He was the tallest person recorded at 8 feet and 11.1 inches.
Oh, 8 feet 11. Oh, he was close to 9, man.
Yeah.
He was almost tall as the Hulk.
He was almost as big as the Hulk. Like, here, let me show you this picture of this man. He is
I think
big.
I saw him at the I think I seen that. It was like, and his foot size is like double that of a man's.
Yeah, no, it's insane how tall this guy is. I mean,
He has big shoes, man.
Yeah. God. Well, I know they're like, I've seen like some pictures of some Asian dudes who are really tall and everything.
What was like Yao Ming?
Yeah.
You know Yao Ming, the
Yeah.
basketball player.
The basketball
That dude
player.
is tall, and isn't he taller than Shaq?
He might. Yeah, he is. He makes
taller
Shaq,
than Shaq.
He makes Shaq look like a regular sized person.
Oh,
I've seen those pictures where they're like together and everything. Shaq is standing there. Shaq looks like a child. It looks like Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yao Ming is he's a tall dude.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know how. Yeah, I'm just surprised he didn't even like. He was probably basking and just.
Yeah, he literally just reached, and that was it. Reaching a shelf.
Can you do that? I don't know. It's
Are
like
you allowed
I
to?
was like, I got this.
I mean, are you even allowed to play at that point? Because you have such an advantage.
I don't know. I do not know. That's between the NBA and their
And Yao Ming.
and Yao Ming.
Well, you've gone through quite the transitioning period
Mm-hmm.
this past year, pretty much, since we've started getting back together, hanging out and everything.
Yeah.
You've been killing it with the nursing stuff. You've been shadowing. You've been studying. You got yourself a girlfriend. You got a job now
Thank God.
that's on the way and everything.
Yeah, it's close.
You're going out more. I remember when we actually got back together. First of all, it was crazy to just hang out again because we didn't know how close we lived together.
No, we live about 3-4 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
We live very close to each other, and I was super surprised
Yeah.
because I thought you lived somewhere. I thought you lived a little somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or I knew you were here in the area, but
Yeah.
I didn't know where, like, exactly where you were. And then when we contacted each other, it's like, yeah, give me your address. And I'm
Mhm.
like, hey, that's like down, like
It's literally
it's
across
like
the
across the street.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's across the street away, like 3 minutes away. I'm like, wait, are you near me? I was like, oh shit, yeah.
and
It's so cool. It's really cool that we live in the same area, and
Mhm.
we can hang out a little easier, and like
yes. It helps with cars and everything.
it helps with cars.
Even
yes.
though we could literally just walk.
Oh yeah, I sometimes it gets shady here.
It does get a little shady, but I remember first going to your place, the first time I've ever gone to your place after all the time we've known each other.
Yeah.
And it was nice because your place is on a very nice little part of town and
Yeah.
everything, nice little hilltop, and you got your dad has all the comic book stuff and everything.
Oh, a lot of action figures too.
Lot of
I know you've been
action
ogling
figures.
those action figures, man.
They're the Marvel Legends.
Yes,
They're really
yes.
nice.
He's got a lot of them.
The old school Marvel Legends
Oh,
as well.
yes.
So the better ones.
Yes.
As they were. I like the modern ones, but the old school is where it's at.
Oh, yeah.
And you have the little room with the instruments,
Yes.
the music dedicated room and everything. And it was insane. I got to talk to you, catch up. We got to play a little bit and jam together, which I think was really the first time we ever did that, because we were in separate groups at the conservatory.
Yeah, we were in separate groups. I remember before the pandemic, I remember seeing you, and I just remember, man, this guy's changed.
Yeah.
You changed a lot, and I was like, oh man, this is crazy. I never knew. It was like, is that Julius? I was like, oh man, that is. So when I saw you the next time, you looked, the same as the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, I don't usually I never in high school brought people to my place.
Right.
Yeah, because I believe I could say this. I mean,
Yeah.
I have my high school degree. I have a
You're
college.
out of
They're
there.
not. They're out of there.
You're out of there. Don't worry about it.
But I was using a different address. I was using a different address to go to this better school compared to schools that are in the area.
Right.
And it's probably like it was. I don't know what would happen if I went to these schools, but I know I wouldn't be on the same track and meet you guys and all of our friends without going to
school redacted here.
School redacted. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was getting too in it. But I couldn't, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't really say anything, and because I was fearful. He was my ally in that, and so my parents, or specifically my mom, was saying, don't tell anyone, don't trust anyone about this. You can hang out with them outside in their house, but not here.
Right.
And that bummed me out, because I was like, the people would ask me, why don't we go to your place? And I'm like,
it's just
it's not available,
Yeah.
And it bummed me out. It did bum me out for a good couple of years, because I couldn't bring my friends over. I would hang out with them, but it's like I couldn't hang out at my place. It's like, oh, this is my place. Let's check this out. So that bummed me out. But I remember the first people I showed my house. They knew. They freaking knew, because I was keeping quiet about it and everything like that, and they kind of knew and everything.
They figured it out.
They figured it out, but they didn't say anything.
Right.
But I didn't want to confirm it.
Of course.
But I told them, this is a big deal for me, because I never had any of you guys at my place, and I've never, I never shown you where I actually lived. I always told you, this is the place I lived.
Yeah. You waited till after.
I waited till after high school.
Yeah.
And these were people I actually really trusted. But I still couldn't tell a lot of people until my brother left, because he stayed there for an extra 2 years. But it was a big deal for me. I think you know one of them. X. Yeah, Exley.
I've had him on this program.
And I think I don't know if Exley told you before, but yeah, he was one of the first people to kind of see where I actually lived. And it was like a big deal for me. I was like, this is my first time ever bringing my friends here.
Yeah.
And, although my mom was fearful about that, I trusted them. And, there's,
Yeah.
and I was friends for them and I am friends with them. I've been friends with them for a while, since middle school. So it's like, come on, we're out of high school. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
Is that the moment where you start feeling like you're on the way to adulting and all that?
It was not really adulting. It was more, it felt a relief. Like, I'm not keeping this lie. If I felt, I basically was lying.
Yeah, you had to.
I had to.
Yeah.
But it felt like a weight off my shoulders. Like, finally, I don't have to talk. I don't have to lie about this no more.
Yeah.
So it was a good feeling in terms of that.
Well, I mean, that's almost in a way the first step for you in this new kind of journey you're on, like you getting to hang out with more people, have more people over, like we mentioned, Crystal and everything.
Oh yeah.
How's that going? I mean, that's your first
hopefully only girlfriend. I hope she's my only girlfriend out there.
How's that going?
It's going good. You know, we've been together. I know we've been and we dated each other in December.
That's when things started to become real.
Yeah, we dated, and after a month of dating, we decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend. We've known each other for, I believe, so November, so like 8 months.
Yeah.
Has it been 8 months now?
It's about, yeah.
Known each other for 8 months. I remember exactly the day we became boyfriend. It was like January 29th.
Oh, see, there you go.
So I know my stuff. But we've been together, over 6 months now. Getting close to 7. And it's been great, you know. She's been very good to me, and I believe.
Yeah.
And I think Crystal would say too. I've been good to her too.
Yeah, she would say that.
Yeah. We just love being with each other. We communicate a lot about stuff, and you know, communication's key to a relationship. And it's, you know, whatever, it's not cool, whatever's good is good.
Yeah.
And we just let each other know. And you know, again, I never had a relationship. I had first dates.
Sure.
I've had a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but a couple of first dates. I got my kisses in too, but
yeah, you got your moments.
I had my moments. But
the little look on his face, it's priceless. I wish this wasn't just audio. If you were to see Miles right now, you'd see the little impish grin on his face right now. The little, yeah, that's me.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, but I've had those. I'm saying I had those days, you know, but I again never expected. Well, I should have expected, you know, it would have happened. I just had to be more positive.
Yeah.
That I would get a second date, and I was a little surprised when Crystal told me, I thought it was great. Do you want to go on another one? I was like, yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's kind of, is it a challenging time for that to start, because you were really getting into the last lap of your nursing school, things getting really intense? Was it challenging at first, or was it the thrill getting you through it and everything? You know, what was helping with that?
I mean, it was good to talk to her about, you know, some certain things you can't talk to. I can't talk to Crystal about in terms of medical knowledge. You know, she's not going to understand it. You know, I have to talk to my colleagues about this stuff, and those stresses sometimes, because they know exactly they're going through the same thing I'm doing. But I do talk to her about some stressful stuff that's going on, and you know, during those times it was good. You know, I had, you know, it's like, man, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Even my colleagues are like, oh man, you have a girlfriend, because they knew I was single for a good chunk of my nursing career. I was like, man, you have a girlfriend? Oh, that's awesome.
Golly gee, let the boy try.
Yeah, and, you know, in the nursing school, there's a lot of female nurses and everything. They're like, oh, please, you know, tell me everything. Tell me everything.
Were they giving you advice?
I mean, a little bit. They said, don't forget to go on dates. Right. That was a good, and that's a good one. You know, now that I have a little bit more time before I start work.
Yeah.
I hope to take a Crystal, hopefully go dancing.
Oof.
Because I know, because the first date we ever did was dancing.
Oh yeah, well, I've seen you guys dance together. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's lovely. It's straight up boomer dancing.
Boomer dance? Oh, really? You're saying cumbia is boomer dancing?
Well, no, I'm saying the way you dance is the boomer dancing.
I don't dance much.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was never,
it's adorable.
dude. I was never a triple threat. I can sing, I can act, I can't dance. The singing and the acting does not relate to my legs.
Listen, here's the thing, Miles. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
You are an old soul. You are. you know, and that's one of the most charming aspects of you. I mean, whenever we go out and do the karaoke and everything, what's the number one artist you're gonna do?
I'm probably gonna be doing Morrissey.
Morrissey,
yeah,
thank you.
Morrissey Smiths.
Right.
I know. There's a lot of pushback on Morrissey and everything, and I do not
We
agree.
make fun of Morrissey.
I know. Like he's an asshole.
Right.
You know. I remember he had, like, for one of his shows, he didn't want to do it because it was too cold. he stopped and it's like, no, I'm not doing this, and just canceled everything. I don't know if they took they gave him a refund or anything. It would be shit not to.
Yeah.
But
No
yeah,
scarf,
he was.
no jacket.
Yeah,
nothing.
no, he was like, fuck, it's cool.
Well, it's
it's
because he
cold.
keeps on taking his shirt off. Maybe if he wore some clothing, he'd be perfectly fine.
I don't know.
Ready to do
Yeah,
it.
it was just. I was thinking to myself, like, oh, man, this guy's an asshole, but he has a great voice.
Well, I mean, is he one of your main guys when it comes to inspirations for singing? Or is he the main guy?
I love. I think I love rock and everything, like punk.
Yeah.
Certain things I can't do. But only, like, what I like about Morrissey is that he's more in my range.
Mm-hmm.
Like I some of these people, like AC/DC and everything like that.
Yeah, Brian Wilson. Or the original Bon Scott.
Or Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. Certain songs you can do, but certain songs you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that. What was it? Not false. Falsetto. The range. Basically, you don't have the range, the pitch for it.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Even some you would imagine are more easy, like, say, a Jack Black. Jack Black has range for his singing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He has a good range. But, for me, Morrissey is in that range for me. He's in that, I can hit those a lot better than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I pick Smiths and Morrissey.
Yeah.
For a lot of my music, because, or in terms of karaoke, if they have Morrissey, please.
Yeah.
And I pick that because I know I can hit it. I know good chunks of the lyrics, and if I don't, I can just look on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know I can hit those notes really good.
Yeah, you own Morrissey.
I don't own Morrissey, but
No, no.
I can.
We have fan art that proves that you own Morrissey.
You are crazy with those pictures, by the way. Those Photoshop pictures, me looking like Morrissey. What the hell?
Well, I mean,
what the hell, man?
Did you not like it?
It's just creepy.
Did you like it?
I
You
laughed.
Come on.
I laughed. I thought it was funny, but I thought it was creepy too, man.
Okay, let's have the confrontation now about you and my Photoshop and your subject. You're the subject of my Photoshop. You were.
I don't know how I got to the focus.
It's because it's easy to put you on things, In Morrissey, I don't know if it was a poster or just a regular photo of Morrissey, but just put your body on his, or your head on his body, Because I mean, if we put that up on the screen while you were doing karaoke, it'd be really convincing. Miles is actually Morrissey, reincarnated.
Yeah, you gave me the abs of Morrissey too. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, it's complimentary, isn't it?
I wish I had abs like that. I wish I had abs.
I mean, come on, man. Morrissey doesn't even have those abs anymore.
Well, he's old. He's an old ass dude. I don't know when the Smiths. I forgot when the Smiths came out. I believe it was.
Is it the 70s?
70s, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe 70s, 80s.
But early 80s, maybe.
Probably early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude's old. It's like been old. He's like in his 70s, maybe 80s.
Really?
I think he's old. I know he's older than my dad.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know he's older than my dad.
Okay.
But yeah, he's old, man. When your body goes through that much, those many years,
those events, the drugs, the drinking,
the sexual partners.
I don't. the coitus, as it were.
Yes.
The medical term.
Yes, the coitus.
Coitus. Say the word for me.
Coitus.
Thank you.
There you go.
No, yeah, I love photoshopping you, Miles. I love photoshopping Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to Photoshop you both in a picture together. And who knows what it's going to be. It's going to be a fun one, though. Because, yeah, why the hell not? You're my muse.
I mean, I'm scared to see what you're gonna do next. I'm scared. I don't know. Because I've seen your pictures. I've seen your pictures enough to know, like, oh no.
Why do you think I do it?
Just to fuck with us.
No, it's out of love, Miles.
Oh my god.
Out
It's
of
funny.
love.
Oh, you're thinking.
Oh, you want to go to the restroom?
I'm gonna-
Yeah, here, why don't you go to the restroom, Miles, and then after, when you come back, we'll talk a little bit about your recent excavation
Oh yes.
to the motherland,
To the motherland.
Hawaii.
Yes.
We'll be right back with Miles's differing story versus Brian's regarding Hawaii. Back with Miles once again.
Yes.
Here, Miles, let's talk a little bit about your recent trip to Hawaii.
Oh yes.
So,
Beautiful Hawaii.
before we get into that and to what happened after your trip,
Mm-hmm.
the way you pissed me off after your trip.
I didn't piss you off.
Alright,
You were happy. You were happy.
Before we get into all that, okay? All right.
All right.
On the first episode of this little podcast series I had Brian on, our friend Brian, mutual friend, who also recently went to Hawaii, and he told a story about his experience with his family, and by the end of it, we essentially said we were going to war with Hawaii. Okay? So, I want to hear about your experience. Did you have any sort of hateful thoughts regarding Hawaii? Do you want to bomb Hawaii?
Oh God.
Do you have any problems with Hawaii?
No. I have no quarrels with Hawaii. Actually, love Hawaii. I don't know what island was he at.
I
forgot.
think he was on Maui.
Yeah. No. Because I've heard from locals that Maui's the kind of like the rich.
The rich area?
Like the rich area, rich pompous area.
Is that
so
due
that
to the tourism of Maui?
Huh?
Is that due to the tourism?
I have no idea. I just know that a lot of rich people are over there.
Uh-huh.
That's not where the kind of the natives really live.
Right.
So I wouldn't like not as there are natives over there, but still, like there's a lot more probably rich people who are over there in that section. But the island that I went to was Kona. It was Kona, basically the Kona Island of Hawaii, the main one, the one that has the big ass volcano on it.
Okay, all right, cool.
So, no, I think the only problem about Hawaii was getting to Hawaii.
Well, you went there with your family and Crystal.
Yes.
Was this out of just vacation or celebration?
I think it was a lot of things. I think it was, I took my NCLEX actually a day before I left to go to Hawaii, as you might know.
Yes.
I took it like a day after. I was like, okay, this is like relaxation for me.
Yeah.
It was, a relaxation. I didn't want to do it during Hawaii or after Hawaii, so I was like, let me do this now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more like relaxation for us. We haven't been going on a trip, and we were trying to find, we wanted to go somewhere, but not the most expensive. If we went to another, and without a passport. Because like we need to get new passports, man.
I need to get
in
general.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If you want to go anywhere in terms of like out of state,
Yeah.
probably
You
good idea to get a passport.
Yeah.
But Hawaii's, part of the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a state, and we can just get in with our IDs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Boarding pass, that's about it. It was just a hassle because the getting there was such a hassle because apparently it's like no one wanted to change their seat, and it was like something about like having even amount of people on the side of the plane or something. I don't understand.
Regarding the weight of the plane? Like weight distribution?
Weight distribution or something like that. I didn't get
Too many
it.
people on one side?
Yeah, or something like that.
So they had to move people.
Yeah, and no one wanted to freaking move. and they finally started like bribing them, like, we'll give you a free drink.
Yeah.
Like a free alcoholic drink if you want, and we'll give you a pass.
If you just go to the
the
left side
still
versus
people
the right
were
side.
still people were very like were assholes about it and still
Yeah.
didn't go. And they said you can go back to your seat once we're in the air.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Dude, I would take the free drink and movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just have to be in here for a little while. I don't, we're on here for 5 hours.
Yeah.
You can go, like, after that 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Yeah, you can go and give your free drink.
I'd probably just ask to stay in that seat, you know? Like, especially if I have, like, a kicking kid behind me or something. I have the guy who's leaning on me when he sleeps and shit. If I can go to, what's the closest thing to the VIP section? There it is. And a free drink on top of it?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, but you're not the one who has family members.
Excuse me?
Would you go? I mean, if you're going alone, that's fine. It's like that's easy. It's
family.
What?
Even with family.
Yeah, the thing is with family, usually people want to stay together, and
Yeah.
I don't want to leave my spot because I'm here with my mom or something like that, and my dad.
Just send Crystal over there.
Well, it's not us. We were already in the back.
Oh, so it was your mom?
No, it was just people in the front of the plane.
Oh, okay.
That's not us. We were already in the back of the plane, and we're like,
Oh, it was people in the front who were messing things up.
yes.
Damn. You know, when you brought up the whole bribing thing, that does happen on planes where, especially if they overbook flights, they will.
I
they
get so.
will
It's
offer
like,
people money to leave.
yeah, it's such like, I don't get it because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Because like I just I paid for this ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling me I have to wait another fucking 5 hours or something like go on 2 planes instead of 1 plane to Hawaii,
Yeah.
going to like this place and then that place.
Mhm.
Like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Unless like if they comp like really good, I mean like really good.
Yeah.
We're talking about like your next trip is like free.
Yeah.
Like up to you get a free trip to anywhere you go and your hotel is paid.
Oof.
Like I know that's a lot, but fuck,
I would like that.
that's a big inconvenience. Like
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you remember what happened a couple of years ago where this one airline, I forgot what they were, but they overbooked the flight and they were offering people money to get off and no one would take it, so they just targeted this one guy, this older Asian guy, dragged him out of the seat, and there was a video of him screaming.
I
and
think I heard about
everything.
that. I think I saw that video somewhere.
Yeah, and that he got like the shit beat out of him, like
Yeah, I know that's bullshit.
Yeah, he's yelling at the top of his lungs for someone to kill him because he's in shock, shock because the people on the plane just pulled him out.
What are they
of his
like,
chair.
flight attendants or?
I don't know. I think it might have been like security or like the closest thing to that.
Did they get sued?
I think they did.
I wonder what settlement they got for him.
Yeah,
They
I don't
put
know.
A good couple million out there.
Yeah, man, that's insane.
Medical bills. Like
United Airlines, I think.
Oh my!
I think it was United. I believe so. It's crazy. So nothing like that happened on your way over there?
No, thank God.
No.
But they were bribing us. They were bribing. Hey, please, we're just go in the back for a couple minutes. Come back. You can go back to your seat once it's in flight.
Did they specify what kind of drink they would give you?
I think an alcoholic drink.
But
If
what kind of alcoholic drink?
I think any of the alcoholic drinks.
Anything.
Yeah, it's just only for one.
For free.
For free.
Just one drink?
Just one free alcoholic drink.
During the movement.
During the flight. And it's only 5 hours.
Hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah. But you can't get I wonder if you could negotiate for 2.
I wouldn't know, but they I'll tell you, finally they took the bait and said, okay, let me go to the back. Finally got on there. We get there, and we get off the plane, we get on the shuttle to get our rental car.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's taking fucking forever. It's taking forever to get this truck in the car. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, my dad's inside doing whatever. It's humid.
Yeah.
It's humid and he has to go inside and everything to to get it. We're just waiting. And we're fucking hungry after 5 hours. I was like, I need to eat something. We have snacks, but I don't know why I thought it was a good idea, but they gave us wheat thins.
Wheat thins?
Wheat thins.
Yeah.
And That shit is dry. That dry. We didn't have a lot of water. We had like a little bit of water in our bottle, and I started drinking it. And I was like, oh, we're running out really, really quick. I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have eaten those. I was super hungry.
Yeah.
But my mouth was dry.
No water.
Well, we had water. It's just like I had a little bit,
That was just one of those small bottles.
No, we had it but it was already being. We drank it on the plane.
Oh, no refills.
No.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, crap. It's.
Did you get a beer though?
Over in Hawaii?
On the plane?
No. I decided not to. I just slept.
Yeah.
I just just to sleep it off and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever, and people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And a family was just in case. Like what they did was, because some of the cars were a little dented. The cars were a little dented.
I literally thought you just said the narcotics.
No, the narcotics.
No. This place sounds awesome.
Oh god, the cars there were a little dented.
The rental cars?
A little bit.
What, the one you got?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh shit.
So and another family got a little bit of a dented car too, and they were taking pictures of it all the way around, like the car.
You have to, right? Because
because if
it's not yours.
Yeah, it's like if there's a big ass dent in there, and they accuse you like, "Hey, you bumped this car.
Yeah.
Now you have to pay us."
Yeah.
No, look at the pictures.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. You don't know who's gonna screw you out of $1,000 or something like that just because, they made a fucked up, or some other dude made a fucked up mistake on the car. So like, okay, let's go. We're all tired.
Yeah.
Thankfully by the we went to like some kind of restaurant, got some food in us, felt a little bit better, and after that, other than that, it was so much fun. When the morning came up, we got like the sea, like we saw the water and everything like that. It was nice.
Yeah.
Clear water.
You do a lot of chilling?
Yeah, a lot of chilling. We actually we did snorkeling. We snorkeled with the manta rays too.
Yeah.
That was really cool. They're big, dude.
Really
They're
big?
real. They're not like stingrays. Stingrays, they have like the bony like spike. It's not like the crocodile hunter where he got killed by a stingray. These manta rays are very gentle giants. They have no teeth, but they love plankton.
Oh, they eat the little plankton?
They eat the little plankton.
Oh, shit.
What they do is they go in the dark, they put on the light, and the plankton start going up to the light and everything like that. And,
they just scoop them up?
Yeah, it's so cool because they got really close, and they actually touched us because like
the plankton did, or the rays?
The rays.
Oh,
the rays touched like my elbows and everything like that. I know Crystal was screaming. Crystal was screaming. Oh no!
What did they do with the ray that got the crocodile hunter?
I mean, I don't know.
Did they They don't arrest it. Did they take it in, or?
Why would they arrest a sea creature?
Well, it killed the crocodile hunter.
It's not human, man.
Yeah, but still, what do they do with it?
Well,
how do you
how do you know it didn't escape?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I think it would have escaped.
It just got out of there?
It probably got scared after like a guy was bleeding in its water.
Well, yeah. I'm just wondering if there was. Do you press charges against not the animal, but the state or something?
I think it's more of a freak accident.
Yeah.
Like who expected a stingray to be that close to the water?
I don't know. I don't know much about what happened with the crocodile hunter. I just remember it happening. Remember it being very sad and everything because he was a cool dude. But yeah, what do you do with that? Do you sue? Does the family sue anyone?
I don't think they can. There's no one really. I mean, again, other animals have their own thought process. They probably didn't expect this guy to come in, going through their waters and everything. And I don't think it was malice.
You think probably on the animal's part, it was self-defense.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, if the stingray was on trial, they could say self-defense.
I'm sorry, that was a little anecdote, but so Hawaii was primarily a good trip.
Oh, it was beautiful out there, man.
On
Kona.
Kona. That's
Yeah.
right. And you found out whilst on Kona that you passed the NCLEX.
Oh yes, I did.
Yes.
I was very happy, very happy about that. It was like when I finished that NCLEX and everything, all this like I felt kind of I still was anxious, but there was a sense of calm.
Yeah.
And I was confused. Like, I just feel calm now. Like, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't worry about this
yeah,
shit
and usually, I would get really stressed out and have my own stress kind of things that I would do, but I didn't really have that after it. It was just a sense of calm, and like I kind of knew I passed. Like I knew that I got through. I felt good about it in terms of like stuff. My mom also did like this kind of trick to see if it would like say a certain thing, and it's not a guarantee that I passed, but it was like pretty sure I passed. And I was like yes, but I didn't like it doesn't hit you, and it still hasn't hit me really until I start the job.
Yeah.
It hit me a little bit more when I got the license and everything. I was there. I was like, Mom. I was like, yes, yeah, it's here. I'm like looking at it, Miles D. Mendoza and everything. I was like, this is to say, like, you got it, Yes, yes.
Miles are in.
Miles,
bitches.
yes, Miles are in bitches.
That should be a T-shirt.
Oh,
Miles are in bitches.
I was just so happy, and only the good news got better. Not for me, but for Crystal. She got her. She got her new job.
Mm-hmm.
A better job with better benefits and everything like that. And I was so happy for her. She, literally, she still hasn't hit her. Still hasn't hit her. But I was so excited for her. I was super happy. Like, I was dancing and everything, even though I can't dance. I was like, I told you. I was like, I told you. Still, she's like, yeah. It's like I was like, I still got other work to do and everything like that. But it was like I was super happy, and she's happy. No, don't get me wrong, she's happy. She just hasn't. It's gonna hit her when she starts it.
It's gonna hit you guys what's happened. And then it's going to become normal.
Yeah.
It's going to become your life, your jobs at that point.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
We're going to be starting the same freaking day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're going to be starting the same day as each other. And like, that's like crazy. Like we're starting our new jobs. Me, my first job, her, how many, going up the ladder of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is her best one.
Oh, good.
This is a really good one. And,
Are you going to sleep over that night?
Well, I live closer.
You live closer to where you're going to be?
Oh, yeah. It's like down the street.
Oh, it's just right over.
Yeah, it's over there.
I know where. I know.
Yeah, it's down the street.
Okay.
It's like, it's really close. And if I, stayed with Crystal, I would have to plan that out. Like, okay, I'm going to have to get up at this time, get ready by this time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's night shifts, even though it's night shifts, still, like,
you have to prepare.
I have to
through the day.
Prepare through the day.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm probably gonna go over here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's about it.
So overall, the trip was a success.
Oh, it's very very happy moments.
Mm-hmm.
Again, first, I don't know if you knew this, Crystal's first time going to Hawaii.
Oh, no, I didn't.
It was her first time ever going to Hawaii, so this was a great trip.
Mm-hmm.
I was so glad to have her there, and experience everything that was there. It was just beautiful.
Here's the question.
Yes.
So when we debate, Brian, about Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
and what we should do with Hawaii, you're going to be on the side, I assume, of I'm pro Hawaii.
Yes. I mean, there's always improvements,
right?
And there's always can be good changes.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian was going on a rant because they pissed him off so much. I mean, let's keep it let's keep it within the realm of like possibility.
It's possible, man. Like, he could rise up through the political landscape and then vote. Say he becomes a member of Supreme Court someday. Not that I'm trying to put any ideas in Brian's head.
Oh my God, Brian is a judge.
Oh God.
Oh God.
He votes in the bill to, what's the word for firing a state?
Like help with the secession of Hawaii.
Yeah, he's for the secession of Hawaii, and then we turn it into an enemy territory, and then we go to war with it. So you're gonna argue against that?
I think in general, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I'm, as you know, I'm a healer. I'm a nurse. Right. I don't want to see any of that stuff. That's scary.
Well, I think he's going to have a very compelling argument.
Yeah, and again, I'm so sorry for Brian dealing with all that shit over in Hawaii, because that is not cool.
No, it's not cool.
It is not cool.
That's why this debate is going to be juicy.
Oh my God.
It'll be very juicy.
Like, don't put your feelings about one part of the island, one part of Hawaii to another part of Hawaii.
I agree.
You might be surprised.
I agree. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii one day. Before we wrap it up, Miles, I have to bring up what happened after this trip of yours when you came in back to California.
Yes.
We saw each other, and you came and you brought some gifts to me and Jacob. You gave me one of those hula girls for the dash of a car.
Yes, I did.
A solar powered hula girl that goes back and forth.
Yeah, because you use your car a lot. So yes, that's pretty cool.
And I enjoy it.
Yes,
thank you for that. But you gave me some soap, a little bar of soap,
made in Hawaii.
Made in Hawaii. Was it made in Kona?
I don't know specifically Kona, but I know Hawaii.
Hawaii. It's from Hawaii, essentially. And you gave me one, and you gave Jacob one. What was the one for Jacob?
The soap that I gave Jacob was it's called Filthy Pussy. Filthy Pussy soap.
Filthy Pussy soap. That's right. And
it was fucking hilarious.
It has a little cat on it.
And a little cat on it.
Yeah, right. And you gave me.
I gave you
for the listeners who can't see the soap in my hand. You gave me, and I'm serious. He gave me Filthy Cock soap.
And it has a chicken on it.
It has a rooster.
Rooster
on it. What the hell are you implying here?
I just thought it was a good gag.
So I have a lot of feelings about this. A lot of feelings I won't express over the microphones, out of respect for Crystal. Towards you. Okay, but Filthy Cock soap can mean one of many things. Okay, it's interesting that you gave me this one. You could have given me Filthy Pussy, but you just decided to go for the more extravagant one. Okay? This is a Freudian slip of a gift, if I've ever seen one.
Oh my God.
So tell me the thoughts behind buying me Filthy Cock soap.
First of all, it's all natural. And second of all, I thought it was just funny, man. I was like what's a funny ass thing I say? You'd say like this man is dirty. That other than giving him a bar of soap that says Filthy Cock with it. But
here's the thing, Miles. Listen, I make all sorts of jokes regarding you and you and me, and if we're secretly in love and everything. They're jokes mainly, Miles. This is a whole other level. Okay, this is
how is this a whole other level?
I've never given you a hot dog or something and asked you to eat it slowly or anything. Okay, you gave me something.
It's just soap, man. It's with the name of Filthy Cock. Just
exactly,
take it.
Exactly. You look at me and you see a dirty boy. Okay, and you want me to clean up, but obviously I'm never going to use this in my life. It's
a good smell though.
No, it smells good. It smells like.
Is it a pumpkin?
It's got a pumpkin spice flavor. It's perfect for the upcoming season.
For the fall
for the upcoming fall season, of course. But this is very telling of how you look at me, and I'm surprised that Crystal was okay with this.
No, she laughed. She literally laughed. It's like, oh yes, this is great.
Yeah, see, it's because she knows where your heart truly lays.
Oh my God.
And it lays with me. Okay.
Oh my God.
You're making me feel very vulnerable with this soap. Okay, because I sleep with soap. I know that's.
Do you?
I do. I do sleep with soap. There. I have a bar right near my pillow, right over there. Okay.
So you're exchanging your regular soap for this soap?
No, I'm just saying you knew this. You knew that I sleep with soap, so you got me the one that says "filthy cock" on it. Okay. And I don't like that. That this soap is so small and it says "cock" on it. Fuck you, Miles. You suck.
You love it. You love it.
Well, it smells good. It smells very good, Miles. Oh, Miles. Well, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming on to talk about your experiences with me and everything that's going on.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, man.
Of course. I need to tell you that I am very proud of you. I've known you for a very long time, and I've seen the work you've gone through and everything. We're all proud of you. Your parents, your friends, me, we're all proud of you. Crystal, of course, is proud of you.
Yeah.
And this is exciting, an exciting moment for you, right? So I want you to just celebrate when you're at work, celebrate when you're out of work, celebrate every waking moment, because this is hard work at its best, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of you, Maz.
Well, thank you very much,
Of course.
Julius. I really appreciate that.
Of course. I love you, Maz. So I
too, man.
I want you to just have a good rest of your night, because it is night now.
Yes.
Once the sun went down, that's when we started talking about the filthy cock, thankfully. And if Crystal's hearing this, I'm taking him from you. All right. Thank you for joining me, Miles. Anything else? Lastly, you want to tell the people?
Continue listening to this podcast. This is a great podcast. I don't know if there's any sponsors. Sponsors, please come on. But again, thank you, Julius, for having me on, and really appreciate it. Love you, man.
Oh, thank you, Miles. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Get ready for the next one. Listen to the previous ones. Have a good one. Stay safe. And goodbye.